Kelly's name comes up the most in trade rumors for financial reasons, salary cap reasons. This was your last game before the trade deadline. What have you thought about what he's given you to this point, and what's your general thought on Kelly and his future with you guys?
Well, I love Kelly. He's a pro. We've talked a lot, about his circumstances, being a free agent, having his name tossed around. Not an easy position to be in, but this is how it works. This is the NBA. He's got an expiring deal. He plays a position of need for a lot of teams, and he's athletic and long, and he's coveted. He's definitely coveted. So his name is naturally going to be out there. And he's done a great job of handling everything. He's really professional and poised and very practical. And, so we'll see what happens.
Andrew, I'm going to take you back a little bit for a second. It's trade deadline week coming up. And obviously guys are in rumors all across the league. What do you remember about the last deadline where you actually got dealt, and what's it like for a player in the league whose name is in rumors?
It's out of your control. Not much you can do, but just be ready if it happens. It's part of the business. It's part of your job. When I got traded, I was just listening to instructions because it was my first time. My second time, but my first time actually going through it. But, coming here was a easy process, smooth transition. I feel like it was best for both parties. So,
is it difficult in the weeks leading up when you hear your name?
It all depends on your personality, really, and who you are. Some people might let it affect them. Some people just go out there and no matter what, they're just gonna hoop when they're on the court. You gotta leave the outside business. When you're off the court, but when you're on the court, just focus up. That's the main thing.
Coach, with the trade deadline coming up, what is it like for you as a coaching staff as you get ready and the players, and kind of like a mindset inside a player if they hear their name in trade rumors? Like, how do you talk to guys about that, or is that even talked about?
No, I talked to some guys about it. Usually if someone's name is being tossed around, I will absolutely approach that player. And I think that's a big part of the job. These guys all have a lot of stress on their shoulders, every single one of them for drastically different reasons based on their own set of circumstances. But this job is particularly stressful when you start reading about possibly getting traded, cut, whatever it is. That stuff is no fun, and it's important for me as a coach to make sure the lines of communication are always open, and that I try to offer any help I can to my players.
On a different note, and generally speaking, the trade deadline is later this week. What is this time of year like for guys? Can you hear me? I'm talking about the trade deadline. A trade can uproot a guy, bring him to a brand new different city. Is it uncomfortable in the locker room, generally speaking, to wonder or to see notifications come up on a phone?
Nah, it's part of the game. It's part of the business. It happens. Everyone in the team, we're all still in good spirits. Everyone's laughing, joking, having fun still. But I feel like as a professional, everybody knows, that's part of it. It's something you can't control. So why stress about it?
Andrew, can you take us back to when you got traded, like what your initial kind of thoughts were, and obviously trading something that you've known your whole life, the Timberwolves, and now going to Golden State, kind of that experience for you?
When it happened, I didn't really know what to expect or even like what to really do at the moment because, I've never gone through it. So I was kind of just taking directions. But once I got out here to Golden State, they made me right at home. made me feel right at home. I feel like the process was smooth, and I feel like it worked out for both parties.
When you say you feel at home, was that right away, or was there a couple of games? Obviously, it was such a weird time of the year. You didn't play that many games when the pandemic hit. So was it right away just the way they welcomed you, or was there games with your teammates, the locker room?
It was both, in the games, how the fans were in the locker room with the teammates, the coaches, everyone just, talking, make me feel comfortable.
It's trade deadline week. This is kind of your first time, around the league, trade deadline week. Do you feel that at all when you're in the building?
You know what, man? I come into this building, I try to mind my business in regards to those things because I try to be sensitive to how my teammates may be feeling. I don't know all the rules and stuff. Obviously, it's my first go around, but I understand I'm on two-way, so the likeliness of me being moved or traded or anything, I don't know what the odds are of that. But I know some other guys, they're on contract years, they're free agents, et cetera, et cetera. So I couldn't understand how stressful that could be, especially if you're moving from one city to another, if you have a family. Like, I've played overseas, and for 4 years, I was just picking up contracts all over the world, all year long, and that was super stressful for me. So I can only imagine when you got to pick up and move I was just traveling with 2 suitcases. So like I said, man, I can only imagine what you got to do to move your whole closet, move all your furniture, worry about your kids, finding schools for them. So I try to do my best, man, to just be supportive and let my teammates know that I'm supportive. And, regardless if they end up on another team or they're here and, we never play again together, my teammates know they have a friend in me for life. And so I feel like that's the best that I can do, man. I can't fix any problems. I'm not going to foreshadow any trade executions or anything. So, I just try to be Juan. I try to be a good teammate and just be supportive.
To kind of flip this to a more human side of trading, but it is trade deadline week. Do you feel that around the gym? I mean, this is one of your first few times being around trade deadline. Can you sense that in the building?
I want to say this is my third year being around it, and you can always sense it. Just it just is what it is. It's here. It's present. It happens in every sport, and it's just a matter of just focusing in on the work. Just knowing whatever. Not just you personally, but whatever your teammates, everything. As you said, this there is a human element to it. The fact of getting traded is you're picking up and moving to another city and have to pick up new lingo and everything. But there's tension in everything. It's just a matter of how much does it affect you. Just try to continue to go about your daily life and your work as it's not here.